The gentleman from Texas is recognized for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I thank the gentleman, Chairman of the Rules Committee, for yielding. Today, the House of Representatives is considering tax reform for the first time since 1986. The last 31 years, the world has changed a lot, and it is time to bring the tax code into the 21st century. This needed tax reform will put our country on a path to long-term economic stability and help hardworking families around the country get ahead. The Tax Cuts and Jobs Act will help American families in important ways. First, it focuses on Americans in the middle of the earnings scale by doubling the standard deduction and creating a new family flexibility credit for non-dependents. Taxpayers will be able to deduct even more from their taxable income, reducing the need for tedious itemization. In addition, the bill repeals the alternative minimum tax. This tax was never intended to be as broad as it has become, but because it was not indexed for inflation when it was introduced, now many of us find ourselves having to calculate our taxes twice to see if we're ensnared by the alternative minimum tax. It's time for this one to go away. With decreased taxation, American families have more money in their pockets, resulting in greater contributions to the economy. The bill also alleviates some of the cost of raising children by expanding the child tax credit. It preserves the adoption tax credit so parents can continue to receive additional tax relief as they open their hearts and their homes to an adopted child. This bill reduces the number of tax brackets from 7 to 4, with rates of 0, 12, 25, and 35% for most taxpayers. It does preserve the 39.6% rate of the previous administration for the highest earners. These reforms will help simplify the tax code and make it more competitive for hardworking American families. I am grateful the Ways and Means Committee kept the stepped-up basis. Despite repealing the estate tax by 2024, the step-up in basis is an important component of estate planning when people are planning for future generations. This will allow people who may experience a tragedy to continue ownership of family property without bearing excessive penalties. Mr. Speaker, I'm a supporter of the flat tax, H.R. 1040. I've introduced it every term that I've been in office. But I recognize this bill makes a lot of needed reforms and repeals some credits while maintaining those important to American taxpayers. Donors will still be able to make tax-exempt charitable contributions. Employers will still be able to contribute to 401k retirement savings accounts. New homeowners will be able to deduct the interest expense on an up to $500,000 of a mortgage, and no changes are made to Social Security. I was actually hoping we could lower Social Security taxes. We couldn't, but we certainly do not increase Social Security taxes despite what some of the fake news says. Students will continue receiving a credit through the Consolidated American Opportunity Tax Credit. Simply put, this bill will promote growth at middle income levels, create a more favorable business environment, and continue important tax credits.